Said if you can't win, wreck someone who can. And
Exactly.
I knew I wasn't winning that.
Why do people not get out of the fast lane?
Every time I see that picture of you riding around with that big ass fro you're wearing, I still get pissed.
It was that night I said preparate, but I didn't say what I wasn't supposed to say, and that's A1.
Hello, everyone. Myself, Ricky Carmichael here, along with my partner, Jeff Emig, bring you to another episode of Real Talk 447. Going to be a good one. Definitely a hot topic to talk about this week, but nevertheless, I got to thank our partners, ODI, everyone there, and Fox Racing, some of the best guys in the business, especially internally, just great companies and what they're about. And we're glad that we're here for another one.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's some controversy?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm kind of tired of talking about it and hearing everyone's opinion. But
I don't even know what are you getting at, though? I'm not sure what we haven't really spoke since Saturday night, so I don't really know what's going on. What are you talking about?
I cannot wait to get your with the football game, right? That's what Rodgers not going for it.
My Kansas City Chiefs going to another Super Bowl. I was worried about the Buffalo Bills. I honestly was, and I couldn't take it all week, so I just stayed away from the Patrick Mahomes news. I'm like, I'm just going to watch the game. I'm not going to get wrapped up in it. And so obviously I was stoked, but I did predict that the Bucs were going to win. I thought they were going to win by further than what they did. Tom Brady, dude, 10 Super Bowl appearances. 10.
Think of that.
I mean, think about that.
I mean, and
it's insane.
Yeah. So the controversy that I'm talking about, we're here to talk about today at Real Talk 447 is, why didn't Rodgers go for it on fourth down?
Because it wasn't his call. It was Matt LaFleur's call.
That's right.
Dude, did you see Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports? Did I send you guys that?
No, I don't think you did.
Or you didn't open it then. So Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool Sports, the guy's super rad. Just to see what he's doing with this charity stuff. We might even talked about it last week. But he comes on and he rips Matt LaFleur's, dude, a new one, as they say. And and you could tell in the press conference with
Rodgers,
he was just like, not my call. Dude, he's the league MVP. Put the ball in his hands.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like someone had the capacity. Like, you're exactly right. If Rodgers is who he is and he is well capable and he has the knowledge that everyone he is proclaimed to have, then it was on him to pull an audible, I think, which I say that now I sound like a keyboard warrior. But yeah, certainly this is the way
so easy from here.
Like, I feel like it was at that point they were surrendering the game. It's all or nothing, because if they didn't make it, then then for sure the game was over. That's my opinion.
But all these people that tune into Real Talk, they're probably the very few percentage of them are tuning in to listen to what we think about NFL. But it is timely to what happened in Monster Energy Supercross and the third race in Houston, round 3, is that we all get to now judge what happened and have our opinion, right? And of course, we're talking about the 2 laps to go. Dean Wilson is getting lapped, and Ken Roczen the leader, Cooper Webb second. He catches him, and Wilson ended up finishing the race in front of the leaders. They caught him with 2 laps to go. Okay, so that's the controversy, right? If you've been in a hole or you've been, if you haven't got a chance to watch Supercross yet, which is probably unlikely if you're listening to this podcast and watching this on YouTube. But so just 10 minutes ago, before we started, Ricky, I went back and watched the race on NBC, Peacock, whatever. He got 10 blue flags that I could see. Dean did before.
Well, that doesn't mean that he could see it.
Before they caught him, he got 10 blue flags. There was one in the sand. I'm sure that 2 laps to go, the finish line flagger had a blue flag. There was a blue flag coming backwards down the start straight. There was a blue flag next to the right-hand rhythm section, and I think a blue flag at the end of the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 blue flag opportunities. Okay. What is the likelihood that he did not see those blue flags? 10 of them. That's before they caught him. That's before the incident of the pass.
You got to assume.
10.
We shouldn't assume, but wouldn't you think that he was able to see at least 3 out of the 10? I mean, that's 30%.
30%. So,
well, and
although I know Dean Wilson to be a super guy, super genuine.
This has
honest.
nothing to do about Dean Wilson as a person. This is
no. And he's an experienced veteran professional. And I read his statement. He says, "Look, I didn't mean to do that. I honestly thought that it was Ferrandis that was behind him. In some of those tight turns, dude, you see a blue fender or you see a red fender. Now, granted, there wasn't your normal crowd that would have been there of 50,000 plus fans that are all tuned in to the lead. And you feel that when you're racing, you hear that, you feel that. Trust me, I've gotten lapped in my day. I know you didn't get lapped very much, Ricky. Well, you did in 99, but you know when the leaders are coming by. There's a race going on and you ain't in it. And how many fans did we have at Houston Saturday?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
10,000 maybe? 5,000? I don't know, something. Still, it just seems logical that you would have that. So it's a crap situation because of the end result is that it 100% influenced the outcome of the race for the leaders. What say you?
And here's the deal. So Jeff and I are on a group text with a couple friends of ours. Not all of them are inside the racing, but and so many people want to throw shade at how the blue flag wasn't displayed properly and all that. Okay, take that aside. Okay, what in the heck ever happened to being aware of your surroundings as a rider? I mean, Jeff, let's go back to our days. I mean, if 2 laps you heard a motorcycle behind you, I mean, you're gonna look back at some point, or you get a feeling of like something is happening, right? And you know exactly who it is. At least I would feel that's what you would have to assume, right? Like you have to be more aware of that.
Well, this raises a good question. Then if that is the case, then it sounds like Dean Wilson needs to figure out some awareness, some track awareness on the track. If he's got his blinders on where he didn't know that was happening, he's going to have to change how he rides and how he runs these races. Because in those situations, even if it was Ferrandis, he needs to know that it's Ferrandis. And you peek out the corner of your gog. When you do a tight 180, you would need to do that. So I maybe some additional coaching is in order. I'm not sure, but that's where it's like, I know Dean to be an honest guy, and I really like the guy. But
this isn't a personal attack. This isn't a personal attack.
But it's
we all love Dean. I mean, remember at Fat Cats, he was a guest instructor for one of our RCUs that we did, one of the first ones. If you remember this.
And that being said, if all that he said is true, that he did take complete responsibility. He said, "I fucked up." Bottom line. And so I buy that. Yeah. I buy that then. I mean, I guess if that's where we're at, but
yeah, I think 100% he owned it. I mean, it was instantly like I was thumbing through, we were doing some recaps of the race and I was thumbing through Instagram and dude, I mean, he must've got back to his hauler and instantly put out a blast, which, hey, I love how the guy owned it. He didn't make one mistake. He didn't blame the flaggers, nothing. He's like, dude, I messed up.
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, I mean, it just like so many people want to throw shade at the flaggers. And listen, is there area for improvement with flagging and how all that stuff works? Of course there is.
I don't think so. I think go back and watch about the last 4 minutes and pick out all of the flaggers and where they're positioned. Especially
I mean, let's put it this way: when I was racing, and Jeff, you've lapped many people in your day. There were more times than not where I saw the flag, the track marshals waving the blue flag.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it yourself. Like you're coming up on a lapper, and you even see the blue flag yourself, right?
Yeah. You definitely do. So okay, well, I think we can put that part to bed, right?
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, it's a bummer. It is what it is. He said he was sorry. We move on to the next. I think it was a lesson learned for Dean for sure, and he won't be. I don't think you'll see Dean Wilson in that position. But I want to ask you, Jeff. I want to hear your analysis on this. Where are you at with the battle brewing between the 94 and the 2? Where are you at?
Oh, I think it's great, actually. These guys are proven champions. Roczen is the one that hasn't been able to win this championship. And you and I both tend to, we lean towards the guys that have got it done as opposed to first time winners. We both, go, well, and a friend of mine was asking me just about an hour or so ago on a text, like, who is your pick right now? I said, well, I honestly would lean towards Webb and Tomac right now. They've accomplished that. I think both are in a great position considering the seasons that they've had. Now I know Tomac did get a win, but he was down, he was hot, he wins, then he's cold. He's kind of been all over the map. Webb, I think, starting out like he has, I think that's a really good sign for him. And Webb has the mental capacity for this. And because Ken has had so many great starts to the Monster Energy Supercross Championship and then not won it, it only makes that climb to the championship even tougher. I think it's more difficult where he's at now. If you click it off right away early, okay, you know that you can do it. But I mean, look how long it took Tomac, Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
If I have to put my money on somebody right now, if I at least give me 2 to choose from, I would go with Webb and Tomac right now. But we're only 3 races in. There's still 14 left.
Yeah, I think we'll know a lot more after this residency is over in Indy. I really truly believe that. I mean, you think about it. I mean, we'll almost be reaching the halfway point. We'll have 6 down, a couple more that we'll have, and then we'll be halfway. We'll have a better and more clear idea of who are going to be the players come Salt Lake City time. That's kind of where I'm at. I still feel that a guy that got second last weekend can get 10th this on Saturday. I truly, truly believe that, or vice versa. We're still in that part of the series. I think that we will see those trends go away after the 3 races in Indy. That's what I think.
Hey, let's talk about one of our sponsors here with ODI Grips. The brand has we both make products, have licensed products through ODI. Ricky, you have the RC4 handlebar bend, which comes in the Podium Flight, which is without a crossbar, and then the Podium CFT, which has a crossbar, but it's not a solid crossbar that you'd find in the other brands. It's actually split, and then it's got a sleeve with a polymer bushing in it, so it actually allows it to like flex a little bit while still having a crossbar. Which bar do you prefer?
I like the Flight just for the simple fact that I'm able to, like, when you're leaning forward just a little bit more, I'm able to get a little bit deeper on the crossbar.
The crossbar, it's like your neck, maybe.
Well, I haven't ridden in a while, so what I am starting to think is that I need to try the other one and get away from the old school, if you will. And I mean, I'm believing that getting forward too much on the handlebars it might be past my time.
Well, dude, riding a 450 though, you have to. Hey, what color grips? You run the MX Pro, right?
Yeah, I run the MIG Pro. I really like the red and black. That's my favorite.
Okay.
But now that I'm on the Cowie, I got the blues.
We got blue ones.
Blue and green.
We don't make a blue green. Black green?
Green. There's
Black.
white and green, right? Is it white and green?
Black and green.
Black.
It's been a while since he's ridden, folks. He hasn't. It's surprising. You know, I didn't really realize it until we made it, but it matches the Monster Energy colors exactly.
Oh, wow.
Imagine that. I have one that
my
matches
goodness.
Rockstar. Got one that is very similar to what the colors that Red Bull uses. You can check all that out. The MIG Pro V2 lock-on grips.
Yeah, you do have an orange one, right?
We don't have. Yeah,
Blue?
yeah. It's blue, gray, orange, silver. It's pretty rad. I like that one. That's my favorite grip. It doesn't match my bike, the Husky, but it does. But so anyway, so you can go to your favorite retailer. We have a kick-ass dealer network. So they're distributed through WPS and Parts Unlimited. All of our other worldwide distributors. So if your dealer doesn't have it, tell them to find it on one of the distributors. And then of course, all the great dealer network that we have that stocks the products. And if you can't find it for whatever reason there at your dealers, then you can always head to odigrips.com and check it out there.
Yeah, definitely important to support local if you can. Like Jeff said, get down to that local dealer. I love going to my local dealer here in Tallahassee. Love the people that work there. You walk in, they get so amped. It's great to see how they got the floor space set up and, you know, who's pumping what. I like it, man.
You know what? I find myself this last year, not just local, but small business. Like I find that once I heard that Bezos, doubled his net worth this year, I literally have pulled back. I'm like, no, I think I'm going to go try to find it on an independent site. Whatever I'm buying, I'll try to buy it on an independent site. You know, some stuff you gotta go to Target or whatever to get it, but I'll go straight to the dealer website or straight to the manufacturer too. Like, let's say that you're going to buy some DC shoes or something. Just go buy it straight from DC and don't buy it through Amazon. That's just
so. Hey, want to switch gears? Let's go to the 250 class real quick. A lot of things happened. We haven't touched on it just yet. I know we did on text. However, lost two big players. Unfortunately, hopefully they will get back going here real soon. And Hampshire and Faulkner.
Oh, he's out now. Hampshire.
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, there hasn't been an official word, but based on what I've heard, you know, it could be, you know, I don't know that he'll be back this weekend. I hope that he is. So hopefully we'll get an official word here soon. But I feel, and Jeff, what do you feel about the three of Jet Lawrence, Colt Nichols, and Christian Craig? Do you feel like that is the group of three that we're going to be watch battle for this championship?
It doesn't seem like that, Shimoda and Mosman and that group has what it's going to take to run with them, you know? And those three have now won races. I was really, in a way, I was kind of pulling for Colt. You know, it's been a while. Wait, he's won a Supercross one time, correct?
He won the season opener in 2019.
So
remember, that was kind of his breakout year where he
that's right.
running up front all the time, and then he had an injury, and then like you go back to last year, and this is the reason like he's kind of under the radar is he didn't start out the season. Remember, he had that injury before the season, but then he did come back at Salt Lake City, and he had 3 podiums, should have had 4, but got landed on.
Yeah, that's never good.
No.
You've been landed on? Have you ever been landed on?
Yeah, I did. I gotten a lot of views of getting landed on it.
Oh, hey, what about what year was that at Unadilla where James, where you guys?
That was 2005.
Dude, I was calling that. Oh no, wait, I wasn't calling that race.
That was 2005.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, it was high speed. I certainly got lucky. How I didn't hurt myself, I have no idea. But
that was brutal, dude. He bounced off the dirt, like hit and bounced. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up another subject on the 250.
We're not done. We're not done with that.
Oh well, it sounded like you were done. So it's those 3 guys you believe. Yeah. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's your favorite? Like going into Indy, who do you think has the advantage?
I think Craig's going to be the most stable, and I think the other two possibly are going to be the ones that make the mistakes. I don't know. Jet obviously has the speed, but we'll see if he can keep his focus that long.
See if Johnny O is if he's listening to Johnny O. We know Johnny O's telling him the right stuff.
Yeah,
that
for sure. Well, but so when we talked about the injuries, with RJ Hampshire, and then Austin Forkner, think about the amount of off-season preparation that goes into it to only end up making 3 races and now you're out. Like, take it back to all the laps, the training, like the time on the bicycle, the like dedication that you put in since the last motocross race. And it's like, this is my year. Nope, it's not going to be this year.
And it really not only, and these guys, I'm afraid that they won't be here for the next round. This is where the residency schedule really, really can sting you. Even take like a Jet Lawrence. I mean, you saw the crash. I mean, he hit that whoop hard, came to a complete stop. That had to affect his riding for Saturday night, which he did really well. Being all banged up, I didn't anticipate that finish after the wreck that I saw. So you just, this is where these races, they're one right after another. Man, staying healthy is so important. So we've always talked about it, and it's so cliche. Being consistent, that's what wins you championships. I think it's even more emphasized this season because of the schedule.
All right, so the elephant in the room. We happened to talk about Austin Forkner on the opening show here a week ago, or not a week ago, but a few days ago. And then literally at the time that I'm getting the show posted onto YouTube and the podcast channels, and I'm cutting the clip out, is when Forkner goes down in the first practice or whatever it was and breaks his collarbone. He's a 4th-year rider that's had, I've said it before, I'll go on record. When he was an amateur, his last year as an amateur, I think he was the best amateur that was graduating to the pro ranks since you and James Stewart. So you take every other amazing champion that's came through since James Stewart turned pro. I think he is the greatest talent, the best rider out there. Why is this going to be 4 seasons now with no 250 Supercross title?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I knew, trust me, I would tell him. I think you want to see everyone live up to what their expectations is. But certainly, yeah. So the first year was his rookie year. He gets a pass on that. Year 2, in practice, we're in Nashville. He comes off the bike, gets too far back on the bike through the whoops, puts his foot down, pow, blows his ACL.
Oh yeah.
Championship goes to Chase Sexton. Last year, Dylan Ferrandis was extremely fast, really putting Austin Forkner to the test. Austin was doing really, really well, and then had a really bad get off at Salt Lake City. Got too far back, hit the dragon back too fast, and went over and just got pile driven into that berm. So that's now you're talking 2 championships where he's been hurt. That's just Supercross, right?
Yeah, but last year, he had a crash in the main at Anaheim the night that.
That's right. I completely forgot it. That's what put him behind.
So there was that one, and luckily he got up from that. That was a tough one. And then there was another race, I think, where he dropped some points. How do you reconcile it with him being that talented and then having these mental lapses, these mental mistakes? Because that's all it is. That's not, you're not blaming that on the bike. You're not blaming it on like, you have to take full responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take a step back. You have to look at everything, and you need a hard. He in my opinion, he needs a hard reset. And
hasn't he done that before? Hasn't that happened? Hasn't the team or whoever, his parents or people around him, hasn't he imposed that upon himself by now?
I mean, you would think. I mean, and now after this injury, I mean, this is 3. 3 strikes, you're out. So, I mean, maybe, he needs to have a conversation with himself first and foremost and figure it out, because Jeff, to your point, yeah, you can't blame the motorcycle. You can't blame the team. I feel, there's certain people in this corner that are great people that are giving him great advice. And I just, man, at the end of the day, the onus falls on him. And he's got to want to change, want to get better, and be about it,
Yeah. His gear looks cool, though.
Well, I mean,
right?
Of course, Fox is always stepping it up. And
which kit so far? So that leads us to our second sponsor here with Fox Racing. You definitely can get kitted up if you go to your local dealer.
I liked Kenny's. I liked Kenny's colorway this weekend.
Yeah.
I really liked the gear and the boot combo. It looked really, really nice. And by the way, props to Ken. I mean, I was down on the track watching on free practice, and he just looked epic. But yeah, his kit this weekend that he wore was one of my favorites so far.
Well, and so once again, I mean, obviously we can direct you to foxracing.com, but we do have just an outstanding dealer network for Fox also. And one thing about online shopping as compared to shopping in the dealer, is you can go to your local dealer, try on a set of Instinct boots, get the right fit. It's like a U9 or U10. You can get that. The Fox V3 helmet, our new V3 helmet, is pretty awesome. Again, I urge the customers, if you're in the market for a new helmet, check that out. It's got a little bit a different fit than some of the earlier models in this same design. Some pretty cool graphics and all that. But when you go to the dealer, you can try all that stuff on. You can take it home right there. I know we're all of us do a lot of online shopping, but I really want to thank the dealer network that we have for Fox Racing, and also Shift MX for carrying the products that they do. So make sure that you check those out. Are they giving you Flex Air this day, or are you back to wearing black 180 gear?
No, dude, I'm back, and since I've been in better shape now for a year, going on
in a different shape
over a year.
I like it though, dude. How pumped is everybody on your fitness?
They're pumped, but it's not necessarily all fitness. A lot of it is the diet.
You've always been really sensitive to what you eat, right?
Yeah. You remember my quote when I was like 3 years in? You're like, man, I just keep working, but just
trying, and I can't keep the weight off.
Yeah. So I'm into the Flex Air. I just like that colorway. I like the performance of the gear. I feel like Fox Racing has the best gear and performance and how it performs. The jersey material's really nice. And
hey, how much better are the jerseys, especially when you step up into the Shift Blue label? Our black label is pretty rad this year too, or Fox Flex Air and all that. You get up into the higher price jersey. The materials are so nice. How much better? Try to put it into words. How much better they are than those sweaters that we had to wear back in the 90s. Dude, we had like mock turtlenecks. Hey, one of the Thor jerseys had like terry cloth on the inside. It was like wearing a turtleneck.
So, hey, and the gloves were straight up just one step smaller and more and lighter than lawn mowing gloves.
And so back in the 80s, it was
the
all
paw
like
protector.
that. It was all that foam stuff. And then the late 80s, early 90s, they started putting all of this rubber stuff on it. Well, then there was so much stuff on there that you put the glove on, and naturally your hand kind of goes like this. You put the glove on, it straightens your hand out. So you actually had to use more muscle to actually close your hand because of the glove. And if you notice, back in my early days, early 90s, when I rode for a different brand, I started cutting all of it off. So I was actually the inventor of the Air glove. I was way before my time, dude. Way before my time.
You still are to this day. I mean, even with the Emig Pro lock on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anything else about Supercross?
No, I'm ready for it. I am ready for it. I'm ready to get to Indy. And just, it's like musical chairs, dude, that 450 class. And then just watching that 250 class, to those guys, what they're able to do. And basically, who's the guy that isn't going to crack? that's where we're
Hey,
at in that class.
Speaking of, do you like these shades or no? You know, I always wear those other ones. I've been
Yeah,
wearing these shades. They're Caddis. I'm not sure if you can see that. Caddis.
I mean, they're no, yeah,
This is Enix brand.
okay.
Our old director of marketing at Fox. So you like these ones or the other ones?
I mean, do we need to talk to our buddy at Oakley? Maybe you could try some of those.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
I mean, if they're for free, they're for fro, right?
That's right. Hey, speaking of Oakley and Supercross, you and I haven't really talked about it, but we got the news early this morning that our dear friend Mike Bell, 1980 Supercross champion, passed away yesterday. Evidently have a heart attack while he's riding a mountain bike.
Yeah, it's when I woke up this morning, I was thumbing through social media and I kind of had my routine, and I saw that. I'm like, wait, what? I mean, just he's so fit, such a great guy. First and foremost, yeah. I mean, as a compliment, and Mike as a person, and then you start going like, how could this actually be possible? So yeah, from the Carmichael household, our condolences go out to his family, and our thoughts and prayers going through this difficult time, man. Just absolutely awful.
Age 63.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about it today. I was texting Pete and Ralph, and I'm like, and Mark Carter, I was on a group text with him, and I said, you know, the reality is most of us have more in the rearview mirror than we do the windshield these days. But 63, man, especially as active as Mike was, you know, he about 3-4 years ago, didn't he have heart surgery?
I believe today I was told that he had a mild heart attack.
Oh,
yeah. So I mean that you know, like I said, I don't know that for sure. I had heard that because I had asked, like, did he know that there was an underlying issue, and that's just what I had heard. But nevertheless, I certainly don't want to speculate. It's really sad.
Yeah, and so he would, as a racer, right? He rode for Team Yamaha the majority of his career. That's how people remember him. If you see that Instagram post that I put today, there was this a custom helmet that he had back in the days when it was an open face helmet. In 1983, I rode Yamahas, and that was my first custom painted helmet that my dad let me do. Was that helmet design, Mike Bell's helmet design. It was an open face helmet and all that. It was just the raddest thing ever. It's like getting to have a helmet that had like the Yamaha, you know, that sort of like white and black, like those like checks or bars or whatever it is on there, you know. And Bell was so, you know, like we said, he was such a nice guy to be around. He was so humorous. And I think that's kind of rare to find at times when you are in a sport like motocross with competition and all that. But his accomplishments, and also, you know, his nickname was so fitting, Too Tall. I mean, what was he?
I don't know, but I wanted to
He's a
tell
lot taller than you.
Yeah, well, that's what's like. So when I would see him at the races, and then he went on to be an employee at Oakley. Every time I would go to Oakley and see him, he was just always so energetic, so nice, so respectful, and he didn't have to be that way to me. But I always remember him. Like, I would stand next to him, and I'm a short dude, obviously, but he really made me feel short. Like when I'm standing next to you, I mean, it's just
Not
like.
so bad. Did you come up to his shoulder, you think? Did you come up to his shoulder?
Oh, no.
No way.
I mean, that's not easy now. Okay. But yeah, he really made me feel like I was short. Yeah. Just a fun, great guy to be with. And
yeah. Great family. Hey, so I'll tell you got a funny story? Cause I got one with Mike.
I don't, no funny ones.
So we're out riding Day in the Dirt. I think it was Day in the Dirt. We're at, Competition Edge up there in like Victorville area.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And so there was like all these open practice sessions, and we were kind of parked by him. I think his son was riding that day, and I'm up there with Browse and Stitch and the guys. You know, this is, 15 years ago, let's say. And he went to take his son's bike out. He was going to go ride a session, but his wife didn't want him to ride. So he's like, hey, I remember like standing there like, hey, don't tell your mom that I'm going to ride. Like, don't tell your mom that I rode today or whatever. And like I said, we're like parked next to him. So we're out racing around. I don't remember if I passed him or whatever, but then we come through this weird turn and I kind of cut down and it was kind of fast. Dude, he clips my rear tire. Boom, concussion. Dude.
You're a dirty rider, dude.
I was like, oh shit, we're all in trouble now. We're all going to be in trouble. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he came in and he was like, dude, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't mean it. Like, dude, I didn't mean,
So was he able to pull it off and keep it a secret?
I don't know. I
You didn't get that. You didn't make it that. You didn't get that deep.
No. But man, rest in peace, brother. Man, Mike Bell, too tall. Bell was such a legend, and like I said, he was as beloved off the track as he was as a Monster Energy Supercross champion a few decades. All right, Ricky, we're well past 30 minutes. Any parting words?
So thanks for tuning in, listening. Check us out on the YouTube channel and give us a listen, give us a like, comment. We love hearing. But on our Instagram page, that is not a forum to be negative. Okay.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not? It's freedom of speech, First Amendment.
Of course it is, but we love positive vibes and getting that positive feel, those positive feels out there. So
how about your guy this week that says, y'all are fake as F? What?
I don't pay no attention to people like that, So
The real deal. This is real talk. I hope that if he listens to this one, I do appreciate whoever you are. I do appreciate you listening and having your opinion. But hopefully you found some genuine, authentic motocross talk in this week's episode. All right, Ricky, I'll let you get back to it. To all the listeners and viewers, we appreciate it. Like Ricky said, like, follow, do all that stuff, and support us. Support our sponsor. You got something else?
Yeah. Now remember, we will not. This is our recap from round 3 at Houston. We will be back with you. And Jeff, I'm making a date right now. We are going to record next Sunday. So find it in your time. I know Sundays can be rough for both of us. But anyhow, we're going to do it next Sunday and get this blasted out. Or we can make it Monday.
Sooner and later. No, sooner and later. All right. Hey, thanks, everybody. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. As always, we're going to take you away with our buddy Andrew McKeague and the Andrew McKeague Band and This Old Life. See you guys.